Welcome back everyone, my name is Lee from Lewis's Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you my awesome carrot cake recipe. So I ran out of ice cream in my freezer and I thought, let's make carrot cake for dessert. So I'm going to share with you my favourite recipe that I use all the time, and it's going to turn out amazing. So first I'm going to show you the ingredients we're going to use today, and then I'm going to show you how to make it. So for this recipe you're going to need 400 grams of carrots. So my carrots are a bit small, so you've got about 5 smallish carrots there. You could get away with 3 large carrots. You've got a cup of just normal sugar. You've got 2 eggs here. You've got 3/4 cup of olive oil. I'm just using a lot of olive oil because my one's pretty strong. 1 1/4 cups of plain flour. Then I've got 2 cups of walnuts. And then we've got some vanilla, 1/2 teaspoon of mixed spice, a teaspoon of bicarb soda or baking soda. Then I've got a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And it's such simple ingredients, and this is going to turn out amazing. So I have a 24 centimeter springform pan here, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some greaseproof paper in the bottom there. All I do is I just push it on, close it up, nice and easy. We're going to put that aside. We're also going to preheat our oven to 170 degrees Celsius, and that's 340 degrees Fahrenheit. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut up the carrots. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually blitz these in a food processor. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to top and tail these carrots. You can peel them if you really want to. I'm not too fussed about that, so I'm just going to put them in like so. So today I'm using my knockoff Thermomix to actually blend them, but you can use any food processor. You can also grate the carrot as well, but I find blending the carrot actually makes it a lot better. So all I'm going to do is just going to chop these up into pieces, and then we're going to put them into the processor. Now we're just going to put them into the jug. Goes, lid goes on, and we want to process this pretty fast, so I'm going to go 25 seconds at speed 7. Get it really loud for a second. It's done already. I like the way it actually really chops it up. How easy was that? And now we're going to do the same for the walnuts, and they're going to make our batter. So now in the same bowl, I'm just going to add more walnuts, 2 cups worth. Lid on. And we're just going to pulse this. We don't want to chop these right up. And that's about how we want it. So I'm just going to pour that in here as well. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cream the eggs and sugar together so it's nice and fluffy. Alright, so that's nice and glossy now. So now we're going to add our 3/4 cup of olive oil. So I'm using a light olive oil. You could also use avocado oil or something like that. So now we're going to stir that in. Now we're going to add our 1 1/4 cups of flour. half teaspoon of mixed spice, vanilla extract, and you know how we measure that. Finish that bottle off. Now, quarter teaspoon of salt, and then our teaspoon of bicarb or baking soda, and that's going to give the lift for it to actually bake. So now we're going to just combine these in. And then once those are combined, now we can add our chopped carrots and walnuts. And now we're going to stir those in. Alright, that's done. Nice and easy. So now I'm going to pour it into our baking tin. So I'm just going to go around the edges with some olive oil spray, just to make sure it doesn't stick to the edges there. So any tins like this, I like to put a baking tray or a pizza tray underneath, just to make sure any leakage or anything like that. And now we're going to bake this in our oven, 170 degrees or 340 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're going to bake it for 1 hour and 20 minutes. It's a long bake, low and slow, and it's going to come out amazing. And we'll see you back when the timer goes off, or a skewer goes in nice and clean. So I've just pulled the carrot cake out of the oven, and you can see it's cracked a little bit and it's done up a bit, and that means usually the oven was a little bit too hot. So maybe my oven was a little bit too hot. Usually it runs a bit cold, but it'd be more than fine. What we're going to do is going to let this cool completely, and then we're going to make a delicious cream cheese frosting to go on top of it. So I've got a tub of cream cheese here. I've just put it in the microwave quickly, just to make it a lot more pliable. And I'm going to freshen it up with a couple of tablespoons of lemon juice. Then I'm looking at maybe 2 tablespoons of sugar to this, not much. That's it, done. And there we go, my homemade carrot cake recipe. So let's slice into this and try it out. Doesn't that look good? So let's give this a go. It usually turns out really good. It looks good. This recipe always comes out really moist. It's an amazing carrot cake recipe. It's so good. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a good old like. If you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.